Welcome in, Devil fans. Devils Canucks. Devils early 1-0 lead. Lenny Heminyoa getting his first NHL career goal 10 minutes into the game. Sorry about the delay, couple of technical difficulties, but we are here. Devils Canucks late night hockey for New Jersey. New Jersey playing well as of late. If you're here, thank you for being here. Devils and Canucks in Vancouver, New Jersey, getting done with their long West Coast trip and early 1-0 lead up there in Canada. Look, big game for New Jersey, obviously. Vancouver team, not the season that Vancouver probably wanted. Quinn Hughes out early team, 11-game losing streak recently. And Devils need to take advantage of that in this game. And, starting off so good. 1-0, Lenny Heminyoa, his first NHL career goal. So congratulations to him getting the Devils up 1-0. Look, obviously, like I said, Devils, important game for them. Vancouver, you're in the standings. You're looking at the standings. It's a point race at the end of the day. Devils have 54 and 50 games. Still up for grabs to finish inside of the top three. Pittsburgh, right now, 61 points. They just won recently last night. 7 points behind them. And then obviously also trailing the New York Islanders right now in top three of the Metropolitan Division. But New Jersey against Vancouver tonight, they've won 4 of their past 5, trying to go for their first 3-game win streak since November. So it's been a little bit. They definitely could use one of those right now, trying to get back into the standings. But if you guys have any comments, let me know down in the comments. The comment feed is open. So if you guys want to talk about anything in specific, please go ahead, drop a comment, and we can definitely touch on that. But Devils up 1-0 early. And look, same lineup. Sheldon Keefe liked what they got the other night. They went with the same lineup. Kovacevic back into the lineup. Nemec over on that left side with the Luke Hughes injury. And that's something that they'll have to monitor. Because obviously, if Luke Hughes is going to decide to get surgery, you definitely want to know before the NHL trade deadline. You want to be able to see what type of cap space that you'll have at the deadline. And obviously, that's $9 million that you would get to play with if Luke Hughes is put on LTIR. And, the CBA this year makes it so that you can't be over the cap during the playoffs. So no doing what they did, thinking Vegas, Chicago, Tampa Bay. That's not going to be possible this year. So Vancouver or New Jersey definitely wants to know what's going on with Luke Hughes. If he's going to be returning this year. If he's going to get the surgery, it's definitely something they need to know before March 6th comes up and they do the NHL trade deadline. But New Jersey in Vancouver trying to go for their first 3-game win streak since November. Be 5 of their past 6 if they get the win here tonight. Like I said, in the standings right now, they're chasing teams like Pittsburgh, the Islanders. Carolina kind of seems like they're kind of running away with the division at this point. So you're looking at and starting to get inside of that top 3. I think that's probably the easiest way to get in. Look, Atlantic, a lot better this year. Detroit is in the mix now. Boston's back there. The Atlantic looks like they're going to get the 5 teams in. From what we're looking at right now, Washington has 6 wins in their past 21 games. Last I checked, they're losing to Calgary 1-0. Devils kind of, little bit of a slump as we know. Islanders in it now, Pittsburgh in it now. But right now it looks like the Atlantic is going to send 5 teams in the playoffs. If season ended today, that's what would happen. And, Buffalo's there. Detroit's back in it. Boston, they're hanging on to the 8th spot. So looks like the Atlantic will send 5. So I think New Jersey's best path to a playoff spot is finishing top 3 in the Metro. And I think, the magic number to finish, at number 2 is 97. That'd be 42 in your final 32, or 31. So it's not completely, something that you put out of the equation. It's not something that, I think that looking at it from a standpoint of a point race, the Metro top 3 is probably going to be easier than getting in, or more likely than, the top 2 spots in the wild card. But New Jersey, game here against Vancouver tonight, they can shut the gap between the Islanders to 3 points with a win tonight, they would have an extra game played. Islanders in action tomorrow. Colorado playing Philadelphia tonight. That's a game you're definitely looking at because New Jersey is also trailing Philadelphia. They want to, tonight, if they win and Philadelphia loses in regulation, they would pass Philadelphia. So, looking at that game, obviously the Washington game in Calgary, like I said, last time I checked, it was 1-0 Flames. So, hopefully that score holds up. But New Jersey with the 1-0 lead. Lenny Hemingway, his first NHL career goal. Good for him. Happy for him. Look, he's came in the lineup. Sheldon Keefe, first game, let him go out there, play fourth line, 12 minutes. Edmonton game, they held him back a little bit more. It was a 2-1 game. You're playing a good Edmonton team. Not as many minutes as the game went on, but played 8 minutes that game. And tonight he gets the goal as Devils definitely do need some help scoring offensively. For the most part, they've been a bottom 10 scoring team in the NHL, and that just shouldn't be happening. So Lenny Hemingway puts the Devils on the board early, 1-0 New Jersey. Jacob Markstrom getting the start for New Jersey. Look, he's been better as of late. I know this season maybe hasn't gone the way he's wanted to. He got hurt early on. Devils, maybe some defensive problems. And Jacob Markstrom probably didn't have the start he's wanted, but in his past 10 games, he's been much better. He's got an .894 in the past 10, with an Islander game with 9 goals allowed. That kind of shifts things a little bit. I'll use that as the outlier. Usually Jacob Markstrom doesn't let up 9 goals in a game. So I'll put that as an outlier. I'm not going to look too much into it. And, got a big win the other night against Calgary. Jake Allen just as good against Edmonton. And Devils starting off, pretty good so far on this road trip. Looking to go out on a good note here tonight in Vancouver. These late start times, 10 p.m. start times. It's a Friday night, though. So, Friday night, Vancouver, New Jersey. New Jersey with the early 1-0 lead here in the first period. Sheldon Keefe going with the same lineup he did the other night. And Lisa Lenny Hemingway, a goal early. New Jersey scoring early. Definitely want to see more of that. And Devils are one of, I think, 4 teams right now to have, when they have the lead after the second period, to be 17-0-0, to be undefeated when they are leading after 2 periods. So, getting the first goal of the game definitely helps you get to that spot of leading after 2 periods. But New Jersey up 1-0 early here in Vancouver. Kevin Lankinen in net for Vancouver. Look, you look at Vancouver's season so far. It's just not a season you want to be going through. They were 2 years ago. They were competing for their own division. They were in a playoff spot. They made the playoffs. And now, you're going here not even a full 2 years later, actually. And you're looking at it and you're going, well, you've moved on from multiple roster players, multiple important roster players. You trade your franchise defenseman. There's talks about more players, leaving the team in Vancouver. Vancouver toward the bottom of the standings. So, definitely a game that, New Jersey's looking at this, and this is points you can't give up. I said it earlier that, if the Devils, want to get on for that, 97-point pace. Considering the game with Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Seattle, these games coming up, they've got to win, they've got to get the 6-8 points in these games. They have to get these points against teams that are toward the bottom of the standings, that are looking to rebuild. Those are the games that you have to get points off. And I know if you want to be a contender, you got to beat the contenders. But the games where you're playing these teams, you have to find a way to get the full 2 points. I don't think you're necessarily happy if you're going and you're getting, just 1 point. And I know it's a point race, but at the end of the day, these are games where you have to get the 2 points. And you've already lost to Vancouver once this year. Going 0-2 against Vancouver, definitely not something that you want to see. But go ahead, leave your comments in the comment section if there's anything that you guys want to touch on as we go into this game and, coming up to an end with the road trip. And Devils want to finish off on a successful road trip. And part of that would be a win here tonight in Vancouver. Vancouver is on the power play. And obviously, Vancouver, look, they look a little bit different. Let's just be honest. They've moved off some players. It's definitely a different look. Devils special teams. This is a chance to kind of make their special teams look a little bit better. More like they did in the beginning of the season. The beginning of the season, Penalty kill was good. Power play looked much better. And then kind of they railed off a little bit. This is a chance tonight to see a little bit more of that. Get a little bit better on the power play. Penalty kill, you need to be strong. You want to see that playoff time. Those are the teams that win. Strong power play, strong penalty kill. Special teams is good. Those teams do a lot better. I mean, we saw with New Jersey last year. I mean, that Carolina series, they didn't score a power play goal. Carolina scored 4. New Jersey got scored on shorthandedly. That's part of a recipe for a 5-game series. New Jersey definitely wants to get back in the right spot as they kill that one penalty. And they go back the other way, but nothing much doing with it there. So 1-0 New Jersey, partway through the first period, about 3:20 left to go here in the first period. And Devils, look, it's a game where you need to go get the 2 points. And New Jersey starting off this game with the 1-0 lead. Hughes stopped by Lankin. And look, I mean, I see a little bit of some comments with Jack Hughes, since he's been back, he scored first game back, and now he hasn't scored in 14. I mean, it's clear there's an injury problem. I mean, clearly, him playing with, a little bit extra on his hand, he's just not playing the same way. Just the points aren't going the same way. So, I mean, you hope, obviously he's going to play at the Olympics, but you hope as time goes on, he just learns a little bit how to play with it a little bit better, and, the points start coming back. I mean, this isn't a player who's just no longer talented. Obviously. I mean, we're obviously not talking about something like that, but we definitely do hope he's healthy. And this isn't something that's going to affect him for the whole entire season. But let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think, going into, honestly, at this point, so almost the end of the road trip. But tonight in Vancouver, and, New Jersey looking to pass teams like Philadelphia. They'll have a chance to tonight, if Philadelphia loses to Colorado. So obviously big Colorado fans tonight, big Calgary fans tonight, and hopefully those teams get a win, and New Jersey is looking in good shape if they can get there to their own work tonight in Vancouver. Good start though. Lenny Hemingway, his first career National Hockey League goal. So that's always good news. Trying to check the scores out right now. So Capitals have tied it at 1. Sharks up 3-1 early on the Rangers. I mean, Rangers kind of said that they were gonna, rebuild this season. And Colorado, Philadelphia tied 3-3 5 minutes to go in the second. Look, Philadelphia's been on a little bit of a skid as well. I mean, they're up 2-0 in this game as well. 3-3 right now. They're in Colorado. They're up 3-0 the other night against Utah. And Utah, had an open net, and Garnet Hathaway didn't score, and Utah came back and won that game. And we got Philadelphia. I believe they're on a 5-game losing streak or have lost 5 of their past 6 games. So, there's ways to, for New Jersey, they have to take advantage of these slumps of other teams. Teams are losing 5 of 6. Washington's lost 15 of their past 21. Those are parts of the season where you got to take advantage of it. When you're playing teams that are more toward the bottom of the standings, you have to find a way to get those 2 points. That's an opportunity here for New Jersey tonight in Vancouver. As Bratt and Hughes, pretty nice chance right here. Look, Jesper Bratt, I know the points this year, not necessarily there. It's not his year that he had last year. It's not the year that he's had, kind of recently since he's kind of broken out, 4 seasons ago. He's not having one of those type of year in terms of points. But look, underlying numbers would show he's better than, what the points say right now. He's creating more offense. He's having tough chances. Players aren't finishing for him. He's got 37 points, 50 games. Obviously, you're probably thinking a little bit more closer to a point per game player. But, Bratt has had some troubles with line mates. And you know what? The Devils in general. Devils in general have found it a tough time to score. Stars are struggling to score. So, obviously, that's something they probably do want to address come trade deadline, is going out and getting another forward, as I think they could add a center. I think they definitely need to add a top 6 forward. And a big part of that will be seeing, what's Luke Hughes? Is he going to be ready? Is he going to come back this year? Do they make a trade with Andre Palat or Dougie Hamilton? Dougie Hamilton has looked much better as of late. He's got 8 points in his last 10 games. So you're looking around and you're going, who can they trade? Who do they want to trade? I would obviously trade Andre Palat before I traded away Dougie Hamilton, as Dougie Hamilton has looked much better. And seeing that Luke Hughes is going to be out for some time, probably don't want to trade more offense out of your defense. You kind of need some of that offense. I wouldn't even be opposed to going to get another defenseman who could play on the power play if Luke Hughes is going to be out for the season. Definitely could use a little bit more of that. But the Devils got to worry about tonight. Up 1-0 in Vancouver. 2 minutes left to go, or 1 minute now left to go in the first period. Shot 7-4 New Jersey, as Lenny Hemingway got his first of his NHL career tonight for the 1-0 lead. Markstrom, nice kick save right there. Look, I mean, they've made some adjustments in the bottom six. I mean, Glenn Dennings came out of the lineup. I think that probably should have been done a little bit ago. The fourth line, third line, just in general has struggled this season. They couldn't figure out third, fourth line center last year. They didn't figure it out in the offseason clearly. So, changing up the lines a little bit, putting Gritsuk back in the bottom six. You guys know I think he should be in the top six. But you know what? Fourth line did score tonight. Lenny Hemingway putting it 1-0 New Jersey, as they are out on the ice right now. 18 seconds left to go. Another nice, chance right there. Hemingway in front from Gritsuk. Gritsuk, look, this season, I mean, obviously he started off really nice. Then he kind of got a little bit colder, but I don't think it's necessarily so much to do with Arseny Gritsuk. I think it has a lot to do with, the time he's playing, where he's playing in the lineup. I don't think that they've necessarily helped Arseny Gritsuk this season. I'd like a lot more to see him playing with players like Jack Hughes, Timo, Meier, Nico, Hischier, Jesper, Bratt. I'd rather see him in the top six. But, I mean, right now this fourth line is scoring. So, or scored tonight. I guess, right now you got to go with what is working, and that worked tonight. 1-0 New Jersey. After one period, Lenny Hemingway, the goal, first NHL career goal for Lenny Hemingway. So congratulations to Hemingway, who puts the Devils up 1-0 after one. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of that first period? Anything stick out to you? Anything you guys want to see come trade deadline? Not too far away. 6-7 weeks away. March 6th is the NHL trade deadline. So we're getting closer. Definitely a couple of guys who I'm looking at targeting. Guys like Steven Stamkos, Ryan O'Reilly. I think there might be some other guys on the board who could potentially go. Nazem Kadri, look, I'm not too big into. I don't love the contract. I think it's a very similar situation being with Andre Palat. I don't think it's going to age very well. I don't think they need to be paying, third line center $7 million a year. Shane Wright's name has kind of been out there. Could the Devils find a way to swing for Shane Wright? They definitely have to give up something a little bit more valuable, I think. I mean, you don't take a guy who went fourth overall, projected to go number one by, some analysts, teams. I'm sure there's a team out there who would have taken him number one. But couple players out there coming up. We'll start seeing some more movement. Kiefer Sherwood, that was a guy I wanted. Look, San Jose, Greer, they've done a good job. They're kind of pushing that rebuild into, at least contending for a playoff spot. Contending for a playoff spot this season. I mean, that's what can happen when you take players like Macklin Celebrini high. When you draft well, you take good players high. Celebrini, Smith, Eklund. You take these players high, you make a trade for Yaroslav Askarov. When you do moves like that, all of a sudden, rebuild goes a little bit quicker. And, Tom Fitzgerald, obviously, you want to see him be a little bit more active at this trade deadline last year. I mean, you saw what happened. They go out, they get, Cody Glass, Daniel Sprong. And I think I would say what kind of hurt that trade deadline was definitely, seeing Jack Hughes go out. I mean, obviously, you lose your number one center, your number one scoring forward. I mean, your best player. You lose him, and all of a sudden, the trajectory changes a little bit. I mean, I know the Devils weren't playing good up until that point. I don't think that would have changed anything. I think if Jack Hughes is healthy, Tom Fitzgerald is a lot more aggressive. I don't think you give up on a year just because a team has been playing well, for a month. I mean, that'd be New Jersey this season, a little bit over a month, not playing very well. I don't think anyone's thinking about giving up on the season. I mean, you look at it, they're 5 points out of being third in the division. Could be 3 by the end of tonight. So I don't think that had much to do with it, but I think when you take out, your number one forward, best player, he goes down, done for the season, going to need season-ending shoulder surgery. All of a sudden, deadline plans, they change a little bit. And it clearly changed last year. Hopefully the plan is this year, though, to go and get a top 6 forward. They need one. They need more goal scoring. Look, goal scoring this year, it's been tough. Power play has been average. 5-on-5, not very good. Star players, points just, they're not theirs. Maybe you'd like them to be. Bottom 6, well, they can't figure out third, fourth line center. So, looking at New Jersey's lineup, yeah, there's definitely some things that you probably can improve on. There's probably some things that you have to do externally. I don't think this is an internal fix. I don't think you can go into the playoffs with, this lineup and feel good about your goal scoring. I don't think Tom Fitzgerald can go into this lineup and Sheldon Keefe can go into this, playoffs and go, oh, well, our goal scoring, it's good enough. No, I don't think you can look at it necessarily and go, as you maybe should be able to look at it and go, you know what, multiple 40 goal scorers, point per game player who's, been on pace for 100 points multiple times in his career. I don't think you can look at it that way. Because clearly this season, it's not worked. And we're 50 games into the year now. I think you do have to make an external move. And Steven Stamkos, I think, is a name who's coming up a lot more. You see how he's played, from December on. He's been much better. He had, I think, 7 points in his first 22 games. Now he's up to 21 goals this season. So things change quick. And Steven Stamkos, look, his resume shows he's the top goal scorer in this league, point per game player. I'll look more to that than I will go and go, well, you know what? First 2 months of the season didn't really go his way. Well, the other 14 years of his career did. So I'll look a little bit more to that. Stamkos, I'm okay paying the price tag. I think that works. I don't think he's going to completely... I don't think he would have a fall off where he all of a sudden would become, 15 goal scorer. Or he's got 2 years left on his contract after this year. I don't think he's a 15 goal scorer type of guy in 2 years. That wouldn't worry me that much. I think he'd even perform even better playing with guys like Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt. I think Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt would perform better as well. I think Stamkos is a good goal scorer. I don't think goal scoring is going to go away. Stamkos, I do think, fits his team. A little bit of a different maybe take that I had in November. Because last year didn't go great for him. Nashville, things didn't go great either. So, a lot of things went wrong in Nashville last year for Steven Stamkos. But when he starts to put it on like this, I don't think this is a short sample size to go, oh, well, you know what, it's only a month, 1 month, month and a half, 2 months that Steven Stamkos is scoring like he used to. Well, he did that for 14 years. So if he did it for that long, all of a sudden, 1 year, month and 2 weren't very good. That's okay. I'll live by I'll go with what he did in the past. And also, you look at the playoffs, a player who's put up over 100 points, won 2 Stanley Cups as a captain. Those things definitely do come into the equation as well. So Steven Stamkos, that's a guy who I'm looking at. If you guys want to throw in the comments player or two that you might be looking at to acquire at the trade deadline. Nashville, that's a team that you're calling. Because Barry Trotz is looking at it right now. I think Nashville in general is looking at it, and they're going, well, the Barry Trotz experiment did not work. As a general manager, great coach, old school, but general manager, it didn't work. That first off season, he went out and just, signed the best players. The best players in the off season. But then you looked at it and you went, okay, where is their number 1 center? Where's their number 2 center? They didn't have one. New Jersey, you go to their number 1, number 2 center. Well, it's one of the best in the league. In terms of a duo, one of the best in the league. So they were more okay and in a better position to make a move like a Steven Stamkos. So I think Steven Stamkos would work in New Jersey, and I think it might be a good get. And some of the Devils definitely, I would assume, are looking at. I'm assuming they're in contact with Nashville. You look, Steven Stamkos, Ryan O'Reilly. These are a few players that New Jersey would look at come trade deadline. Some other players they've been connected to, obviously Kiefer Sherwood over to San Jose. That was unfortunate. That was a guy who, I definitely would have, spent a little bit more. When I'm looking at bottom 6 players, I'm looking at if they do something a little bit different than other players in the league. I know they're a little bit more, could be a little more physical, play the penalty kill. I'm looking for someone a little bit more different. Well, Kiefer Sherwood was different. He set the hits record. He had over 150 hits, the next highest player on the Devils last season. So when I look at Kiefer Sherwood, I go, okay, well, that guy can play in the playoffs. That guy I'm a little bit more okay giving up, some second round, maybe a second round pick. I'd flirt with a first round pick. I'd think about it. The position that the Devils are in, you probably want to hold off on that because I don't think it's just Kiefer Sherwood. But, when you looked at it and you saw what Kiefer Sherwood is doing and, the type of style he brings, I'd be okay with it. I would have done it. I would have been okay putting them in my bottom six, even though I don't necessarily look at, bottom six wingers as a need for this team. What I look at is your top six. Your top six, you need a need at your top six. You want to move players down the lineup. That can work. And then, obviously, center. Look, I'd be more inclined to go with a fourth-line center at this point. I wouldn't be against going in a third-line center and putting Cody Glass on the fourth line. I think, obviously, in an ideal world, and, cap situation was working out, probably the route I would go. But with the cap situation, the needs the Devils need, fourth line center probably a much cheaper option. But we'll wait and see. Is Tom Fitzgerald, is he going to do something? If he does, let me know what you guys would want to see him do, because I'm sure you guys definitely have a thought or two that you guys want to see Tom Fitzgerald maybe do something at this point. And Tom Fitzgerald says, they are, or, reports are out there that Fitzgerald is looking to do something, but we need something. I think top six should be number one. I think if Luke Hughes is going to get season-ending shoulder surgery, it's got to be found out before March 6th, and they need to go get another offensive defenseman. I think third, fourth line center they need to look at. Fourth line center is probably the way to go at this point, considering you need to make multiple moves. And obviously, they need to clear cap space. They have to clear cap space. And I know that has to be done first before you go and get a player. Because with the new rule in the CBA this year, you can't be in the playoffs and, have the extra cap room. You can't be over the cap this year. Why couldn't they have waited 1 year? If they waited 1 year, maybe New Jersey could have pulled off what Vegas, Tampa Bay, Chicago did back in 2015. Maybe they could have waited. But that's the rule this year. So New Jersey will need to look to get some cap space off of the books and enable to bring in a hopefully top six forward. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Devils Canucks first period. New Jersey up 1-0. Same lineup as the other night. Look, they haven't made mistakes so far in this game. Hemingway gets his first goal of the season. This is a game where you do have to get the 2 points if you're looking to finish, top three in the division. These are games you don't give up. You're playing well right now. You want to get on a 3-game win streak. You just beat Calgary. You beat Edmonton. Both close games, 2-1. Vancouver, look, they're in the rebuild stage. They've lost 11 of their past 12. This is a game where you got to get the 2 points out of. And they're so far up 1-0. I like their chances after two. I don't want to completely jinx it, but after two periods, 17-0 this year with the lead. So go ahead and get the lead as we're watching around the rest of the league. And right now, from last I checked, Avalanche and Flyers 3-3 after two, as the Devils do have a chance to pass Philadelphia tonight. If Philadelphia loses and the Devils win, they will have passed Philadelphia. Mackenzie Blackwood in net for Colorado tonight. 3 goals on 12 shots. We need some help from Mackenzie Blackwood tonight. San Jose up 3-1 against the New York Rangers. And Capitals Flames tied 1-1. That'd be huge if the Flames can get a win tonight. If the Flames can win in regular, if Flames can win it anyway. Because right now New Jersey's past, Washington right now. So if the Flames win anyway and give New Jersey any type of breathing room with Washington, that'd be big. Washington's lost 15 of their past 21. Lose tonight, that's 16 of their past 22. 6 wins in 22. A team, obviously, who I don't believe is going to keep playing at, this winning percentage. They're not going to keep playing at, a below 400 winning percentage. So New Jersey's got to take advantage of how they're playing right now and build some type of room, build some type of gap with Washington, as Washington is tied right now after 2 periods with Calgary at 2 apiece, or my apologies, 1 apiece after 2. New Jersey up 1-0 after 1 period, and Lenny Hamilton getting the first goal of his NHL career. And, obviously joins this lineup. Sheldon Keefe wanted a little bit of a change. Glendening out of the lineup. Hamilton in the lineup. Cotter, moving over. New Jersey doing things a little bit different. Obviously, the defense is going to get a little bit interesting. Because, with Luke Hughes out right now, you got to move players around a little bit. Kovacevic looks like he's going to be a little bit more of a full-time role. I know that they were working him in. A little bit tougher now to work a player in when you have your best offensive defenseman out of the lineup. Maybe, you can go Colton White, Seamus Casey's name still out there. Only played 2 games so far this year for Seamus Casey. So it looks like they're kind of trying to manage his development a little bit more. And then Colton White, in the lineup, was on waivers the other day. He did not get claimed. That shocked me a little bit because he's played well. And you look around the league and, teams that are going in the playoffs, they want a little bit extra depth on defense. I think New Jersey is a lot more happy that nobody claimed Colton White. I know they put Colton White on waivers, if Luke Hughes gets injured. Because that's a player who it looks like they're relying on a little bit more right now to play in the NHL than Seamus Casey. So, obviously, I think the Devils happy about that Colton White doesn't get claimed. But 1-0 New Jersey after 1 period. And Devils, I believe, out shooting Vancouver right now 8-4 after 1 period. Vancouver, different lineup tonight. Philip Hedl back in the lineup. You're looking at it and you're going, this is a game that, New Jersey does need the 2 points in as, they have a chance to pass Philadelphia tonight. They're looking to get 3 points within the Islanders. Pittsburgh took a 7-point lead on them last night. You want to shut the gap a little bit, get a little bit bigger gap on teams like Washington and Columbus. Tonight's a good night to do it. You're playing a Vancouver team. Lost 11 of their past 12. Traded their franchise defenseman. Little bit of rumblings on who, they're going to move at the deadline. Could Elias Pettersson be available? Is that something that you guys would be open to? Pettersson to New Jersey? Obviously, they'd have to move a lot more cap. If you want to go get Elias Pettersson, you're going to have to move some cap. Because he's an $11 million cap hit. But would Elias Pettersson be someone that you guys would be interested in? Elias Pettersson to New Jersey. Last year, I think a lot of people were talking about it with, Jack Hughes being out for the season. And people are saying, let's go get Elias Pettersson. Well, I think long-term, I think Elias Pettersson, I like Elias Pettersson. I don't think he's, what he's going to be this year, maybe 60 points, maybe it's 60 points this season. I don't think he's that type of player. I think he's a lot more closer to that point per game player. Does he maybe need to change his scenery? Is it not going to work in Vancouver? Does he not have the line mates to do it right now? I think all those things could be true. But if I look at New Jersey and right now, if you do it Elias Pettersson, you're paying 3 centers, $8 million plus. And that's before, Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier's contracts up in a couple years. So, that's something definitely to think about. New Jersey having cap issues right now might be tough doing an $11 million player. But Elias Pettersson looks like he might be out there come trade deadline. If you guys think where maybe Elias Pettersson might wind up, go ahead, leave it in the comments where Elias Pettersson might wind up. If you think he's going to get traded, if you don't, let me know down in the comments. Second period getting underway. The Hischier line looking to start the second period tonight. Palat and Meier on his wings. That's somebody who's been interesting this year is Timo Meier. I think we're looking at it this offseason. We're kind of like, march on like the year before, much better. But you want to see more consistency from Meier. 13 goals, 13 assists. You definitely want to see a little bit more. I think we were definitely all hoping for over 30 this year. So it'd be good if the Devils can figure out how to get Meier going. I mean, that's a big X factor for this team. Because you look at the 2022-23 season, the player that went out and got the trade deadline was Timo Meier. Why? Because they thought they could extend him. They thought he was going to be a fit. He did something a little bit different than the rest of the top six, and they thought they could extend him. And I mean, you're looking at since he came over here, I mean, the numbers compared to his career numbers just aren't the same. He's not the 30-plus goal scorer that he was in San Jose. Now, I'm not saying that, he can't get back to that. I don't think it's necessarily that, he's a little bit older now. I don't think that's the issue. I think it's just about figuring out where to play him in this lineup, as the Devils are doing a little bit of moving around, but same lineup as the other night, as they're back in the second period against Vancouver. Yeah, no, there's a big snowstorm coming up. Sunday, I think, 10 to 18 inches that we're getting? Something crazy like that. I mean, we'll see if the weathermen are right. Obviously, if you're a weatherman out there in the chat, obviously nothing, but hopefully it's not too bad. I don't know, maybe do you guys like the snow? But 1-0 New Jersey, 30 seconds into the second period. Shots 10-7 New Jersey. So I said 8-4 a little while ago. I was definitely off a little bit. But 1-0. Hemingway, first career NHL goal. That's always good. Devils definitely need the extra goal scoring, and they're getting it from Hemingway. Just Hemingway, to you guys, does that feel like a player who's going to stay in the lineup for New Jersey for the rest of the season? I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys want to see? Would you want to see Hemingway? Do you think he works in this lineup this early in his career? I mean, look, that's a good look for Meier. Getting him in, hiding your scoring chance in front, top of the circle, has some room, no defenders around him. I mean, those are the situations you want to put Meier into. I mean, they have Bratt, Meier, Hughes out here. And, those are the type of scoring chances you want to see Meier get into. Unfortunately, not able to bury it there. So, remains at 1-0. Career versus Vancouver, 20 points, 24 games, 15 goals. So, he plays well against Vancouver. He's 15 goals, over half a goal per game against Vancouver. So maybe tonight is a night where Meier gets back on the score sheet, even though we're still a month away from March, as Devils do not win the faceoff. Back the other way. Defensively, look, I said it earlier. I think if Luke Hughes is out long term, he's going to be out for the year. You definitely need to go ahead and you need to address that and go get another, offensive defenseman. I mean, that's how teams in this league win nowadays. You need to go get offense on your defense. And if Luke Hughes is out long term, even if Dougie Hamilton is playing well, and you're seeing the points come back, and we are starting to see it. I mean, 8 points in his past 10 games. We're starting to see it. I'd like to see a little bit more offense. And I think a player who could be available and could help New Jersey is a player on Anaheim, Pavel Mitnyukov. He's a former first-round pick, 2022. He was, played really good his rookie year, and then, has found his way out of the lineup, but all of a sudden he seems a little bit frustrated. He's getting paid under $1 million a year. I look at that and I go, well, and I like the upside. I always like players with upside. He's younger. He has some offense to him. Not very happy in Anaheim. Could the Devils somehow swing a trade for Pavel Mitnyukov? I mean, that's somebody who look for a cheaper option, because I think top six is still your number one goal. He's getting a top six forward. But Pavel Mitnyukov could be a cheaper defensive option that could definitely add some offense for New Jersey. Something that they will need from the forward group and the defensive group if Luke Hughes is not going to return this season. As of right now, the recent update, though, is that he's going to try and rehab it and come back this season. So we'll wait to see when that time might be. But right now, out for a little bit. We need to find out before March 6th if he's going to miss the rest of the season. Devils got a power play right here. Look, power play, needs to be playing a little bit better. Devils score to struggle 5-on-5. You're going to struggle to score at 5-on-5. You can't have an average power play. I mean, both of those things can't be true. So, or if it shouldn't be true if you want to compete. So, Devils on the power play. Hughes, Brown, Hischier, it's in. All right, so Devils go up 2-0. Nico, Hischier, nice screen in front from Connor Brown. Jack Hughes, the assist, and it's 2-0 New Jersey. New Jersey converts on the power play to make it 2-0 Hamilton. Hamilton's going to pick up another point. So all of a sudden, you look at Dougie Hamilton, and you're going, well, I mean, that's now 9 points at least in his last 11 games as he gets a secondary assist on this one. Hamilton's been much better. I mean, he's looking a lot more like he did. I didn't even say better than he did last season. I'd say he's looking more like, 2022, 2023, short period in 2023, 2024. He's played much better. I mean, the points are there, but not even just the points are there. He's looked better. So that's big for New Jersey. 2-0 Devils, shots 14-7, just about 3 minutes into the second period. And the Devils have opened up a 2-0 lead now on Vancouver. Hamilton, Hischier from Hamilton and Hughes. And it's 2-0 Devils up on Vancouver. Let's look around the league, though, because, I mean, we got some other games that are important to us. Obviously, we're pulling for the Avalanche. They're down 4-3 in the third period. Calgary and Washington 1-1 right now in the third period. And Devils make it 3-0. Cody Glass is on the board for New Jersey. And it's 3-0 Devils. Look, hey, that fourth line. Doing it again. Line of Glass, Hemenyoa, and Gritsyuk. Make it 3-0 New Jersey. So, I mean, look, they're getting scoring throughout the lineup. Recently they needed, their third, fourth line a little bit more. Tonight they get their fourth line on the board. And it's Cody Glass with the goal from Pesce and Siegenthaler. Siegenthaler and Hemenyoa. Hemenyoa again. Maybe Hemenyoa is going to get credit for this goal. I think that might actually be Hemenyoa's goal. I think this might be a 2-0 game for Hemenyoa. We'll wait and see. On the replay, Glass might have touched it. I originally thought Glass. I just saw the replay. Hemenyoa might have put them up 3-0. I don't know if we're getting a coach's challenge right here, though. As they stop for a second. Nope, no coach's challenge. 3-0 Devils. Cody Glass, he's getting credit with the goal right now. His 12th of the season. Look, Cody Glass, he's played well so far this year. I still would like to see maybe, the Devils, target a third line center, but if they're not going to, fourth line, that might be more ideal right now. With the cap space, you got to get a top six forward. You might have to address the Luke Hughes situation. That might be a little bit more ideal going out and getting a fourth line center. Cody Glass, so far showing as of right now, he can at least, produce at that rate, looking like he might be a 20-goal scorer this season, which would be big for New Jersey because that kind of says that, okay, they can go get a fourth line center and feel a little bit more comfortable. In their bottom six this year as, the trade deadline coming around soon enough as the Devils are up 3-0 here in Vancouver. 1-0 after the first period. Yep, Lenny Hemenyoa got an assist tonight. So now a goal and an assist from Hemenyoa, and so far, he's fitting in. I would say the least. Lenny Hemenyoa, 2-point night. Goal from Hemenyoa. Other goals, Hischier and Glass to make it 3-0. As I don't know what Glass is drinking on the bench, but that's something on the bench. Cody Glass makes it 3-0. Devils shots 15-8 in favor of the Devils. Look, this is a game that you wanted to put away early. I'm not saying it's over, obviously. 15 minutes left to go in the second period. But this was a game where, you want to take the lead and you don't want to let go of it. You're playing a Vancouver team who's a little bit more down in the standings. 11-game losing streak recently. New Jersey won 4 out of past 5, looking for a 3-game win streak. Their first since November. All things that play into where, this is a game where you want to get the win. And, just looking ahead for the Devils this coming up for them, where they sit in the standings with, chasing teams like Pittsburgh and New York Islanders and Philadelphia. You got to collect points. I always say, it's a point. It's not exactly where you are in the standings, but looking where these other teams are going to finish. I think 97 definitely gets you in. I think 97 is good enough for a second in the division. I from looking at it, I think it's going to be 5 teams from the Atlantic making the playoffs this year. So New Jersey's best way into the playoffs, I think, is top 3 in the division. So finishing top 3 is where I think Devils look best to get in the playoffs this year. But right now, they're chasing other teams. And right now, Colorado is losing to Philadelphia 4-3 in the third period. That game's been a little bit back and forth. Actually, 5-3 now. Philadelphia just scored 5-3 Flyers in the third period as Devils have an opportunity to pass Philadelphia tonight if they get the win and Philadelphia loses. But right now, Devils looking to get their win, and then Philadelphia needs to lose their game as they are right now beating Colorado 5-3. Who would have saw that coming? Colorado losing 5-3 to Philadelphia. And I know it's every game certain teams, can win, whether they're below the standings or they're on a losing streak, they're injured. It can happen. But when we need something to happen our way, why can't it just happen? Why can't things just be that simple? As New Jersey has Seattle, Winnipeg, Nashville, Ottawa coming up. Look, this is a time to get points. I mean, you look at it, Vancouver toward the bottom of the standings, Seattle playing better as of recent, but definitely a team that's, kind of trying to play on their winning streak. Winnipeg, they're also playing better, but, that's a team that I don't think is going to make the playoffs. You've already lost once to them. You don't want to go 0-2 against teams that aren't making the playoffs. And then Nashville coming up, Ottawa as well. All teams look on the outside in. So when you look at that, I mean, you definitely have to go over 500. You probably want to get most of those points, if not all. That's what they've done so far here. If they win tonight, it'll be 5 of 6. Philly ain't losing. I would have said potentially thought that the other night, but they had a 3-0 lead, and goalie was pulled for Utah, and Utah came back and won that game. So we'll see. I hope Colorado finds a way to win that game. And Colorado has been on a little bit of a skid. I know it's a little bit hard to say with a team that's clearly going to win the President's Trophy, but Colorado's been on a little bit of a skid, and Philadelphia has too. So I guess you're looking at 2 teams that maybe aren't playing as good as they can. Obviously, Philadelphia's skid's been a little bit worse. We hold Colorado at a little bit of a higher standard. But yeah, 5-3 Colorado. I mean, the other game to look at if you guys aren't looking at it yet, Calgary and Washington tied 1-1 in the third period. That's another big game. New Jersey ahead of Washington right now. But Washington is right on their tail. And then you look, Sharks, Rangers. I mean, I'm just looking at teams playing in our division tonight. Sharks are up 3-1. They took an early 3-1 lead. Look, the Rangers without Shesterkin, goaltending, it's been a struggle. Quick has struggled. Sam Martin just got his first win since 2024. So, it's definitely been a little bit of a struggle. I mean, looking at it right now, you have Martin in for New York tonight, and they are down 3-1. Washington just scored, so it's a 2-1 now. Do you know who scored for Washington? Washington up 2-1. Philadelphia up 5-3. So our division teams not helping us out tonight, to say the least. We're not getting much help as of right now. Hopefully we can get some help tomorrow. I mean, Buffalo and New York Islanders, I think you're just hoping for not a 3-point game. Probably slightly low Buffalo, because I think best way in is in that top 3 in the Metropolitan Division. 2-1 Washington, thank you for the update. Washington up 2-1. I wish it was 2-1 Calgary, but 2-1 Washington. They've won 6 of their past 21. So Devils taking advantage of it a little bit. They're ahead of them right now. If they win tonight, they stay ahead. So keep your 3-0 lead. Hopefully Calgary finds a way to tie that game and win it, whatever it might be, regulation, overtime. Just don't let Washington get the 2 points. And then Philadelphia and Avalanche. Philadelphia up 5-3 right now on Colorado. Colorado not playing as well as of late. I mean, historic start to the season, but they've only won 5 of their past 10 games. And they lost a couple nights ago. So we'll wait and see how the night plays out. But New Jersey is up 3-0, almost halfway through the game. And just hoping. Sorry, someone came up. Hemingway so far, 2 points tonight. Shots in the second period, 8-2 in favor of New Jersey. They got the 2 goals start the period early. Power play looked better tonight. I mean, that's something that they definitely have to get better than, being average right now. 5-on-5, struggling to score. So, power play getting a goal tonight, definitely good for New Jersey to see. Nico Hischier on the board. You want to see your stars get on the board more often. I mean, right now you see Jesper, Bratt so far this year. Nico Hischier, not toward that point per game player mark where maybe you'd want them. Jack Hughes has been, kind of snake bitten since he came back. 1 goal in his last 15. Hasn't scored in 14 with the injury. So want to see a little bit more coming from those guys. And we saw it tonight. Nico Hischier, Hemingway, 2-point game. And the Devils up 3-0. But definitely checking the out-of-town scoreboards. As Philadelphia is beating Colorado 5-3. Calgary up 2-1 on Washington. New Jersey can pass Philadelphia tonight if they get a win and Philadelphia loses. And then Washington behind New Jersey. If New Jersey takes care of business, they stay ahead. So that's what you definitely want to happen. Colorado down 5-3. Hopefully they can come back. And then Calgary just recently went down 2-1 against Philadelphia, which New Jersey definitely could use some help in that game, but they're getting all the help in this game. Up 3-0. Shots 18-9 just before the 10-minute mark of this second period as the Devils get 2 quick ones to start the second period. It was Hemingway's first of the NHL career in the first period. 3-0 from goals from Nico Hischier on the power play. And then Cody Glass following it up with another Hemingway point tonight. And Vancouver has made it a 2-goal game as it's 3-1 right now. I didn't catch who scored that one. I'll get the number and name in a second. 3-1 for New Jersey as Vancouver gets on the board tonight. Looks like Linus Karlsson puts Vancouver on the board. Look, bobbled by Markstrom. Maybe the Devils a little bit not great. I mean, that's not great coverage from Kovacevic right there. I mean, player goes right around him. He's kind of just, kind of going through the motions right there. And Vancouver makes it 3-1. I mean, you don't want to get here and go, okay, we have a 3-0 lead, get a little bit relaxed right now and say we're up 3-0. We're playing well. Vancouver maybe not as good. I mean, that wasn't good from New Jersey right there. And Kovacevic, I know he's just back off an injury. He hasn't played, he's been in and out of the lineup since he's came back. But I mean, you don't want to see a play like that. That's more of a play where it's more of just who honestly wants the puck. I mean, I don't want to make it sound that simple, but that was just all effort. I mean, that was complete effort. Kovacevic gets caught kind of, just going through the motion right there, and Vancouver makes it 3-1. New Jersey still a good lead, but, you can't just sit back on this game and go, okay, well, we're up 3-0. We're playing well. Vancouver, is just on an 11-game losing streak. You can't really feel like that. Because, I mean, New Jersey had their own problems this year with losing streaks. And, giving away leads. So the Devils definitely need to tighten up a little bit on defense. Devils defense does get interesting, though, with the news on Luke Hughes. Colton White cleared waivers. I'm sure Tom Fitzgerald very happy over that Colton White is cleared of waivers. Because I don't think he puts him on waivers if Luke Hughes is injured. So Colton White still an option. Seamus Casey played 2 games earlier in the year. Hasn't played since October. But he's also an option and somebody who I definitely look at considering offense. We just lost some offense on defense. And I think Seamus Casey probably brings a little bit extra offense than Colton White, even though Colton White has played very well for the role I've asked him to play. I think you definitely might take another look at Seamus Casey, but I think they're definitely prioritizing Casey's development. Last year we saw him, he played pretty well. I think probably well enough for the 6th defenseman on this roster, just based off last year, to get a shot this year in the NHL, starting in the NHL again. And I think they're prioritizing the depth a little more as New Jersey looks like they're going on the power play. High sticking, whether he shares blood or not, we'll find out after the break. Devils going back on the power play, need that power play to obviously be a little bit better than average. I mean, you look at New Jersey this year, 5-on-5. It was a struggle. It's been a struggle this year, this season. It was a struggle in 2025 for more than anyone. Nobody scored less goals in New Jersey than 5-on-5 in 2025. So Devils definitely could use another power play goal right here. Up 3-1. Pretty much halfway through the game. Up 3-1 on Vancouver here. Jacob Markstrom, he's looked good so far. I mean, Jacob Markstrom, looking at his past 10 games, 864 in the past 10, or 894 in the past 10 games. But, I mean, 9-goal game against the New York Islanders in that 10 games. So it gets skewed a little bit. He's been much better in the past 10. Got a big win in Calgary. Jake Allen took it 2 nights later against Edmonton. Got them a win in Edmonton 2-1. So New Jersey winning games, low scoring. Tonight they have 3. Have a chance to add on it on this power play. Whether it'll be a 4-minute or a 2-minute, we'll know when we get back, as Hischier might have drawn some blood right there. But looking around the league, Philadelphia, they shut it down. They're up 6-3, 9 minutes to go right there. Washington up 2-1 on Calgary. Definitely Calgary still in it. You're rooting for them. And the New York Rangers are down 3-1 to San Jose. San Jose took a quick 3-1 lead in that game, and they haven't looked back so far. Yeah, they're up 3-0. 7 minutes in the game, 3-0. As Nico Hischier looks like sending the Devils to the power play. I can't see if there's blood yet. That'll be a big difference in this game if there's blood or not, because that's 2 minutes, 4 minutes. Devils power play. There's blood. 4-minute power play. 4 minutes for New Jersey on the power play. They struck on their first one earlier in the second period to make it 2-0. It was Nico Hischier who draws this penalty as well. And Devils going back to the power play. Connor Brown, Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes, Dougie Hamilton, and Jesper Bratt starting off on the power play here for New Jersey. 8:20 left to go here in the second period as New Jersey going back up the other way. Look, this will be interesting because obviously they're playing now without Luke Hughes, and they're going to have to try and adjust to that. Dougie Hamilton goes back to power play number 1. He's played well there. Turnover at their own blue line, 3-on-1 the other way. And that goes low blocker on Markstrom. See, okay, goals that come off the offensive zone. I don't think there's a type of goal that I defend more that comes from the offensive zone. When you're moving it, your defense getting a little bit extra aggressive. Good, I want it to be a little bit extra aggressive. But a goal like that, those are unacceptable. Because that's just a clear turnover. Bratt trying to take on 2 players at once. He's got 1 person behind him to help. And you're on the power play. I mean, these are how games change. You're up 3-0. You're feeling good. You've been playing well recently. and all of a sudden you make one mistake because of an effort play. Your next goal is just horrible awareness. And now it's 3-2. 4 minutes left to go in this power play. And New Jersey, from getting their first power play goal of the night, looking good on the power play. Well, they give it one back shorthanded. It's almost like nothing happened. I mean, that's just kind of how I'm going to look at it right now. As New Jersey 3-2 over Vancouver. Still 3 minutes left to go in this power play. But when you have a turnover like that, where the awareness isn't great, and you send it back the other way, and you're on the power play, and they scored those type of offensive zone, those turnovers that come off the rush from the offensive zone, those ones I don't defend. And, you know, Bratt does a lot of good, obviously. But a play like that, I mean, that's the one he definitely wants back. And I think New Jersey has a couple plays like that this year on the power play. But definitely, look, adjustment. Luke Hughes isn't back there. It's Dougie Hamilton now, who's played much better. 8 points in his last 10. He's got a point tonight, so he's going to have at least 9 in his past 11 games. 2:19 left to go on the power play. They have one shot so far on this power play, as it looks like Vancouver's done well enough to score and get the first unit off of the ice for New Jersey as they clear it back down the ice again. Simone Nemec out there now. Dawson, Mercer, Giddy Dodonov, Timo, Meier, and I'm waiting to see who the other one is out there. Arseniy Gritsuk getting power play time. Look, if you're not going to put him in the top 6, put him on the power play. Just get him in the offensive zone. Because it would show that when he's in the offensive zone, the Devils do a better job of scoring. So, Gritsuk on here on the power play for New Jersey. Timo Meier, that's something you definitely need to get going. You don't want to wait till March. I know we're only a month away. But looking at the standings right now, you could jump to within 3 points of the Islanders. You could have passed Philadelphia tonight. You'll still stay in that Philadelphia area, though. I mean, even though Philadelphia is going to beat Colorado, I don't know how much time's left in that game. It was 6-3 with 9 minutes to go. But you'll stay in the area of Philadelphia. 2-1 on Washington over Calgary. Look, game's important. Devils want to stay in front of Washington tonight. Washington wins. Devils don't. Washington will jump New Jersey in the standings tonight. And that point race, those points that I talk about, you know, getting to 97, they need 43 in their next 32. Comes a little bit harder. All of a sudden comes 40 and 31. And these are games that you don't want to give up. Because some of those divisional games, a little bit tougher. Probably, you know, are definitely going to have to win some of them. Because those are obviously 4-point swings. But Devils definitely looking to get someone going on the power play. And there's, as I say it, Connor Brown makes it 4-2 New Jersey. So they do get one on the power play. They give up one. 1-0 on the power play. Devils score on the power play. Connor Brown, Nico Hischier going to get another point, it looks like, from this. Dawson Mercer definitely going to get one as the Devils go up 4-2 as Connor Brown puts it in. Nice shot there from Brown. Look, scoring this year from Brown, a little bit up and down. So Brown gets on the board. Power play's been a little bit more, you know, not great this season. But it's the second unit. Second unit comes up, makes it 4-2 New Jersey. Brown's 10th of the season gives the Devils a 4-2 lead as there's 4:39 remaining in the second period. 4-2 Devils. And they've let up a shorthanded goal. They've scored 2 power play goals this period. And things, I guess, are going as well as they can right now. Devils up 4-2. They're 17-0-0 if they have the lead after 2 periods. Hopefully they keep the lead as there's only 4 minutes left to go in this period. With the Devils looking up at the shots right now, up 21-12. Jacob Markstrom goals. Look, I'm not blaming him. That was defensive breakdown, bad offensive turnover. So, I mean, not on Jacob Markstrom right now at all. I wouldn't put either one of those goals on Jacob Markstrom. But the Devils' offense is here tonight. 4 goals tonight so far for New Jersey. We don't say that as often as we probably would like to. The Devils toward the bottom of the league, bottom 5 team this year in goal scoring, but they get the first, or they score 4 so far tonight as they are up 4-2. Dougie Hamilton has a point tonight. Lenny Hamanyoa has 2 points tonight. He leads the way along with Nico Hischier, who also has 2 points tonight. As the Devils are up 4-2. Power play, let me know what you've thought of it so far. I mean, definitely something that they might want to address come trade deadline. Do you get another goal scorer? I've mentioned Stamkos a couple times. He's looked much better as of recent. Looks more like what his career numbers have said. So it's definitely something that I'd look to is Steven Stamkos, who has definitely turned it around. And I'd look a lot more to that than, the past year and 2 months. I mean, for his 14, 15 years in the NHL, he was a top goal scorer in the NHL. Closer to a point per game player. 40 goal seasons, 50 goal seasons, 60 goals. Like, Steven Stamkos, I'll look a lot more to that than what he was last season, first month, 2 months of the season. So that's something to look to. Ryan O'Reilly, Nashville, they'll be interesting. Does Barry Trotz want to make moves? I'm sure Tom Fitzgerald is definitely in contact with Barry Trotz, as there are a couple of players over there who New Jersey, I think, definitely should at least be looking at, if not acquire, as they can get a bottom 6 center, probably someone they're looking at, top 6 forward. All players the Devils could look to add, and probably should add, a definite top 6 forward, as Connor Brown snaps a 15-game goal drought tonight. 10 goals, 9 assists, 19 points. He did have the injury, but I do like him a lot more, in the bottom 6. I think that's what he was signed for. I've said it before. I think the Devils definitely should have maybe more so prioritized getting a top 6 forward, maybe moving a player like Dawson, Mercer down the lineup. But Connor Brown snaps a 15-game goal drought. It would just be great to complete tonight. Obviously, I'm going to hold back on that as Vancouver makes it 4-3. Zeev Buum got his first goal as a Vancouver Canuck against New Jersey. And apparently now he has his last goal up to date against New Jersey. As 4-3 New Jersey, 1:48 to go in this period. Offensive zone faceoff for Vancouver. Buum. And he just follows it up. Dadonov gets beat to a puck there. Although I wouldn't necessarily say that's... Yep. So Vancouver makes it a 4-3 game. New Jersey just up 1 goal. 1:48 to go in the third period. Look, bad coverage in the defensive zone. Buum, a little bit more offensive. That's why I'm okay with when, you let up goals when you're being aggressive in the offensive zone. Because of plays like that, Buum proves it. Buum's aggressive there. He shoots the lane. And Vancouver gets on the board because they have an aggressive offensive defenseman. And I mean, that one almost goes into, that's a nice save by Markstrom on Hedl. So, I mean, the Devils looking at, this second period, they get 2, but they let up 3. Shorthanded goal, which was horrible. The first goal was not good whatsoever. The third goal, I mean, look, Vancouver, Zeev made a nice play. He did what he should have done. Offensive defenseman, shoots the lane. He saw it, and he puts Vancouver on the board. Not going to blame New Jersey as much on the third goal, but the first 2 goals, those were both unacceptable. Especially that second one, as Vancouver makes it just a 1-goal game. New Jersey had a 3-0 lead in this game. 4-3. Vancouver has 3 of the past 4 goals. Capitals still up 2-1 on the Flames. Looks like 5 minutes to go there in the third period. Flyers going to beat the Avalanche. Sharks up 3-1 on the Rangers. Kraken, Ducks up 3-1. I'm just reading off other games, even if they're not in our division. Did you guys see Mitch Marner return to Toronto tonight? Couple of boos there for Mitch Marner. First game back tonight. 6-3 Golden Knights, though. Marner got the last laugh for at least tonight. Tampa Bay beat Washington 2-1 in a shootout. Dallas struggled as of late. 3-2 win against St. Louis. St. Louis could be interesting. I mean, I've been huge into Jordan Kyrou, as a long-term fix. I mean, Jordan Kyrou wouldn't be somebody who I'm looking for, just to go and get. Just get right now. Helps you in the playoffs. He'll do that. But Jordan Kyrou is somebody I look, long-term. Devils struggle to finish in the NHL, struggle to finish their chances. Jordan Kyrou is one of the best. I mean, it's just something that would sound good about Jordan Kyrou in New Jersey. As St. Louis could be, Doug Armstrong could definitely be selling at the deadline. And Jordan Kyrou, look, he hasn't had a great year. 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points, 40 games. I mean, those aren't the numbers for a guy who you'd be, going to. We got a first-round pick over here that looks really good, St. Louis. Usually those numbers like that, but when I see a guy who's very good at finishing, when I see a guy who scored 36 goals twice in this league in the past, 3-4 seasons, I might make that first-round pick available. I would make that first-round pick available for a player like Jordan Kyrou. That's a long-term solution. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. Jordan Kyrou, is that a player who you could see New Jersey maybe acquiring at the trade deadline? Somebody who definitely could fit a role for New Jersey and help New Jersey, a type of player that they need. Need somebody who can finish their chances. Jordan Kyrou does that just about as good as anyone. So that's someone who they definitely should be looking at. As I don't believe that went in. But, I mean, New Jersey, look, this is 2 different halves of a period. 11 minutes ago in this period, New Jersey was up 3-0. It's 4-3 now. 2 goals, you can blame completely on New Jersey. Third goal, I'll just say it's a great play by Zeev Buhm. Buhm understood the situation and capitalized on it. The first 2 goals, that's on New Jersey. That wasn't good. First goal, Kovacevic just kind of lets the player go around him as, kind of just going through the motion. Second goal, not very good awareness. You're on your power play, odd man rush back the other way. And the third goal is just a good play by Zeev Buhm. And, I mean, that's another chance that Vancouver just had. All of a sudden, I mean, the shots are 21-16. Vancouver's had the last 4 shots on net. They've been better the past 10 minutes for sure. New Jersey had a 4-minute power play in the past 10 minutes. And Vancouver's outscored them 3-1. So, not a good second period for New Jersey. They've been outscored 3-2. As second period will wind down. New Jersey is 17-0-0 after 2 periods. We'll stay live here. We'll stay going for the third period. Third period coming up next as the Devils right now hold a 1-goal lead. 1 goal to the Vancouver Canucks. So, let me know anything in the comments. What have you thought so far of this game? Do you like how New Jersey's playing? Or is there something that, maybe you see a little bit that doesn't look so great? Because, that first goal, that second goal was really, I thought, defensive, not a good defensive play by Kovacevic. Not very good awareness in the offensive zone on the power play. Power play had already scored tonight. Felt a little bit better about their game. And now you let Vancouver right back into the game as it's 4-3 Devils. They win tonight. They stay ahead of Washington. They stay right there with Philadelphia. But we'll be behind Philadelphia in the standings because they got a 6-3 win tonight in Colorado. Or actually, It was 6-3 last I checked with 3 minutes to go. I don't know what the final score is now. I don't know if there is a final score. But they're going to win that game 7-3 right now, 1 minute to go. So you can give Philadelphia a win tonight in Colorado. Philadelphia wasn't as good as of late. They get their win tonight. And Devils have a third period coming up. They're 17-0-0 after 2 periods. So hopefully they can come out here and, finish it off, because that final 10 minutes of that period was not good. I'll be right back 1 second. Yep. Right back. Yep, we appreciate you having here. That's awesome. Definitely will be on for the third period. We'll be on for the third period. We're staying on till the end of the game. If it goes to overtime, we will be here as the Devils 4-3 had me happy. And, last 10 minutes, they don't look good. So 4-3 New Jersey. 3-0. They had a 3-0 lead. Hemingway, that's a positive tonight. Hemingway's got 2 points. First NHL career goal. So congratulations to Lenny Hemingway. But outside of that, not much to be, thrilled about tonight as the Devils have won 4 of their past 5 games, trying to make it 5 of 6. And that would be a good way to end this, or, almost end this road trip going off. They got one more game on Sunday in Seattle. Good thing that game's not being played in New Jersey, because you think about it, the snow, what would that game actually go on? So we'll see about that. But they are playing in Seattle when New Jersey will come home. That might have an impact, because they're on Tuesday. They have Winnipeg coming in, and snow is supposed to be bad. Definitely Sunday, could go into Monday. Thinking travel wise, that could potentially lead to a little bit of a problem. So we'll wait and see. Nothing announced on it yet. Maybe it's being predicted 10 to 18 inches. Whether that actually, comes true, we'll have to wait and find out. But New Jersey in Seattle, 5-6 if they win tonight in their last 6 games. Seattle on Sunday got changed to 3 p.m. And that's interesting, because I don't know if I have any football fans in here, but it's almost like there's some important games on Sunday, and this got changed to a 3 p.m. start time. Found that a little bit interesting, because you think Seattle, it's not like the Seahawks are playing or anything on Sunday or anything like that. But yeah, looking forward to the conference championship games. I don't know if you guys have any interest in those. You can go to Kalshi, get $100 to get 20. Putting the code Digest NHL, $20 to get 100. Conference championship weekend coming up on Sunday. Seattle, LA Rams, and New England and Denver. Denver, New England, that first game, definitely interesting with no Bo Nix. Not having your starting quarterback for the first game of the year in the conference championship game, it's tough. Not great for Denver. Denver's got a good defense. They've got a good offensive line. I don't think you want to see Jarrett Stidham throw the ball more than 25 times in this game. And Drake May, in my opinion, has not looked very good in the playoffs. So we'll see on that. If you guys have any prediction for the football games, I don't know. If you're interested in the NFL, throw something in there, because we're in the intermission right now. 4-3 New Jersey. First goal, second goal, horrible. Third goal, good play by Bium. New Jersey's goals, though, obviously Hemingway, first career goal, obviously a good thing. Second goal on the power play. And then third goal, Cody Glass off a shot from Hemingway. And fourth goal, Connor Brown gets his first goal in 15. So on the power play again. So those have scored twice on the power play. They've given up one on the power play. They scored the first 3 goals of the game. They've given up 3 of the past 4 to Vancouver. So, I mean, looking at this, second period, things definitely, I would definitely shy away from saying that things actually went good to say in that second period. But they are up 4-3 going into the third period. Hemingway has a 2-point game, first career NHL goal tonight for Lenny Hemingway. And Connor Brown ends a 15-game goalless drought. And I mean, Jacob Markstrom past 10 games, much better than he was, in the beginning of the year. You need him to come up here. You need him to come up big. I wouldn't blame the goals on Jacob Markstrom, but you're definitely going to need a save. We need a nice save right before the end of the second period on a one-time shot. I forget. I think it was Hedel. Yeah, it was Hedel. A nice save on Hedel there. You might need one of those in the third period. Markstrom's got to give it to you. I mean, 3 have gone in. Don't necessarily blame him, but you're going to need a save here from Markstrom. Defensively, team defense tonight hasn't been great. I mean, the first 2 goals, first one, not great. Second one, offensive turnover. Kovacevic, or defense on that third one. In your own end, you get lost in coverage. Beam, I know he made a nice play, but he had 2 chances at it. So, 4-3 New Jersey. That's where we are after 2. As the Devils have a chance to stay ahead of Washington. Philadelphia won tonight 6-3 over Colorado. Colorado's got, I think now, is that 4 wins in their past 10? I know they had 5 coming into tonight, but they lost tonight. So, in regulation, 7-3. Apologize. 7-3 tonight. And yeah, Devils didn't get help there. Islanders in action tomorrow. Believe that they are home tomorrow as against Buffalo. So definitely hoping for not a 3-point game there. Slightly rooting for Buffalo, but definitely not a 3-point game there. Yeah, I think it's going to be a closer game to New England and Denver. I just have a troubled time taking a team with a backup quarterback when I don't know exactly how he's going to play. I mean, I know everyone's hyping up a little bit more. Jarrett Stidham, that because he's going to be the starting quarterback in this game. But I don't like taking things that I don't know much about, if you know what I mean. So I'd have a tough time taking Denver. I think it could be close for different reasons different reasons than it not being Bo Nix and being Jarrett Stidham. You look, Denver's one of the best teams getting to the quarterback. Drake May had multiple fumbling issues last week against a good Houston front. That was an all-time defense. Houston should have went to the Super Bowl. But, don't even get me started on that. But Drake May's had fumbling problems. Denver gets after the quarterback. I think Denver can create some turnovers in this game. Offensively, it might be a little bit of a problem. I don't think you want your quarterback, Jarrett Stidham, throwing the ball over 25 games or 25 times in this game. I'm talking about J.K. Dobbins potentially being ready to play in this game because they're going to need the running backs. So I think it'll definitely be closer. I do think New England still wins, but I would agree. I think it'll be close for other reasons. And I would definitely take LA Rams as well. Yeah, 27-10. I would take the LA Rams as well. I know Seattle was dominant against San Francisco, but San Francisco was injured. San Francisco was definitely, even when healthy, not as good as the teams that went to the Super Bowl. And then you looked at it and you're going, okay, well, they're without their Hall of Fame linebacker, Hall of Fame defensive end. I mean, you start looking at it a little bit more and you're going, well, yeah. I mean, Ayuk didn't play all year. Seattle, they made moves at the deadline, and that's what started that game. Shaheed, a kick return for a touchdown. Seattle won big, but yeah, I'm not going to look too much into that, and I do agree. LA Rams win that game. Should be fun. Super Bowl. Rams, Patriots, potentially. I mean, Patriots get there. It's an automatic Super Bowl rematch. The Broncos get there. They need Seattle to win it to be a Super Bowl rematch. So we'll wait and see. I mean, something to do because, it's going to be snowing a lot. And I don't think we're going outside much. But Devils also in action on Sunday. Game got changed 3 p.m. New Jersey and Seattle on Sunday. And we'll see about Tuesday. Because Tuesday they're supposed to come back and play Winnipeg. But with the snow, does that create an issue? Hopefully not. But it would be a travel day. So we'll see about that. But New Jersey's got to take care of business tonight first. I mean, they're up right now 4-3. It was a 3-0 lead. So they got to find a way to win this game. Because you have a 3-0 lead in any game that you're playing. Whoever the opponent is, matchup is, if you're up 3-0, you can't be losing those games. In a tight race for, a playoff spot, with on the line tonight, staying in front of Washington, keeping pace with Philadelphia, creating a 3-point gap between you and the Islanders. Pittsburgh won last night. I mean, you put all those things into combination. New Jersey can't lose a game. They're up 3-0 against a team that just lost 11 in a row. That's traded their franchise defenseman. That's talking about trading their other, elite center. I'll still call Elias Pettersson elite center because he is. But you're thinking about all those things. And, you're up 3-0. And, I mean, now you're going to the third period. And you're, up 1 goal. It's 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That was the difference so far in this game was, not a good play by Kovacevic. Lost defensive coverage. A little bit, I don't know if lazy is the right word, but, that wasn't great. It wasn't good. And then the offensive zone turnover, Jesper, Bratt. I mean, not great awareness. You had 2 Vancouver players closing in on you. You try to make a move. You only got 1 player back in Dougie Hamilton. What's it going to lead to? It's an odd-man rush. And Vancouver takes full advantage. And then you get a nice play there from CFU. But, I mean, New Jersey's coverage definitely could have been better. I mean, a defenseman had 2 chances. So, we'll see. Third period, hopefully starting soon. Because it's getting late over here. We're almost to Saturday. Almost Saturday. Almost done with the road trip. Got Seattle. Don't go stay up late for that game. Which is really weird. Okay, now I want to think about it. Because Seattle... No, okay, no, I'm thinking wrong time. I'm thinking the time zone's wrong. I apologize. Don't listen to me. I'm trying to put it with the football games. Because... obviously, Seattle's playing in Seattle. So I was trying to put with the football games to see exactly how that would work out. But they won't cross, but it still is interesting to me. I don't know. 100% Devils. Yep. They're up 3-0. They can't. They got to find a way to win this game. You're up 3-0. You've been playing all. You've won 4 of your last 5. You look at the standings right now. You look at the way, like I always say, it's a point race. I think 97 would be good enough to finish second in the division, which would mean, 43 points in your final 32 games. This is not one of those games where you want to give up 2 points, period. Even if the score wasn't 3-0, this is not a game you want to give up 2 points. But especially because it was 3-0. If it was 3-0 against any other team, not a game you want to give up 2 points. If you're playing a team that's last in the league, just coming off an 11-game losing streak, not a game you want to give up 2 points. One of your teams and 2 of your other teams in the division won tonight, not a game you want to give up 2 points. So, New Jersey's got to come out here. Third period coming up soon. We're going to be on for it. If we go to the overtime, we'll be here for overtime. I won't be happy. Not because I don't want to be on, but because you're up 3-0 and this game shouldn't be going to overtime. But we'll be on, so let me know. You guys throw whatever you want in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about tonight because so far, started good, then didn't go so good. Then one good thing happened, and we're sitting here 4-3. 4-3 going into the third period. Devils are 17-0-0 so far this year when having a lead going into the third period. So they do well when they're up going into the third. But yeah, third period coming up. New Jersey, Lenny Hemingway got his first goal of the season. Devils power play, they've scored 2. I would want to say that's a story. The power play is good. But you also have a shorthanded goal in the power play. And you had a 4-minute power play in the final 10 minutes, or 10 minutes and change. And Vancouver scored 3 times. So I don't want to say a power play, is one of the is the difference in this game. Or difference of them winning. Or if they win, would be the difference. Was their power play. Well, you have a shorthanded goal. They scored 3 goals after in that sequence. Jacob Markstrom. And Markstrom, these goals right now are not on Markstrom. Yeah, the first goal, Kovacevic let a defender get behind him. Second goal, Jersey on the power play. Bad turnover in the offensive zone. Vancouver odd man rush. And the third goal, Zeev got multiple chances. He put the second one in. So the goals, the shot count is low, but this game on Jacob Markstrom, no. He's not been bad. So 4-3, third period. We are starting the third period. Devils got to get out of this one with a win. And hopefully we can end it with a game against Seattle. I'm sure Seattle Seahawks fans, or Seattle fans in general, Seattle sports fans, I'm sure they trade a Kraken loss for a Seahawks win on Sunday. So hopefully we can make that compromise with them. All right, third period starting underway here. 4-3, New Jersey up in the shot total as well, 21-17. They've basically been up all night in the shots. Vancouver has crept back into it, though. Because it was 14-7. Vancouver has 10 of the last 17, and they have the first of the third period. That's a nice save there from Markstrom. As it does look like Vancouver is trying to go to his low blocker. Seems like they might see something there. That's very common for teams to want to go to the low blocker. But they scored once there, and it looks like they're shooting there a little bit more. As the Devils need to find a way to get a win. I've said it a few times, but you looked at what else happened in the league tonight in their division. This just stays a very important game for them, even though it's not a divisional matchup going forward. So hopefully Devils just shut it down here in the third period. Don't let them score another because, first 2 goals were not great from New Jersey. As Sheldon Keefe went with the same lineup as he did the other night in Edmonton. Worked once. He's trying to work it out again. As Hemingway in that fourth line. Fourth line looks good. I'll still be a proponent that Gritchuk should be in the top 6. But fourth line hasn't looked necessarily bad tonight at all. And hasn't looked bad since being put together. It looks good. I just want to see Gritchuk inside of that top 6. I think he looks better there. I think he play better there. I think the top 6 would benefit from Gritchuk in the top 6. As with a penalty call, or I think it's just an offside. Just offside. New Jersey was offside on the play. Here's a replay if you guys can see it on your own screen. of the save right there. That's a nice save there from Jacob Markstrom. It was offside. So neutral zone face-off. And the Devils win it. They'll go the other way. Nemec, hey, look, Nemec is playing on his opposite side. I think he's looked fine so far. It shows that Sheldon keeps putting more trust into Simone Nemec. And we've seen him put some more trust in Simone Nemec. He's getting power play time. He's obviously out there in overtime. That's been a common theme this year. So he's definitely put more trust into Simone Nemec. And look, Simone Nemec is taking it. He's handled it. So that's good on Nemec. I mean, definitely, that was something big the Devils wanted to see coming into this year. That would definitely help them if they got that extra development from Simone Nemec. And they've gotten the development so far this year. He's been arguably their best defenseman when healthy. And I know, Keefe has kind of taken him in the lineup, taken him out of the lineup. But from what I've seen from putting him in the certain situations he's put Nemec in, I would definitely say that, he definitely trusts Nemec a lot more this year and is, valuing his minutes as he's playing on the opposite side tonight. Because, that's the player that they picked to play on the opposite side, and so far he's handled it for New Jersey. So let me know in the comments. We can talk trade deadline. We can talk this game. Let me know down in the comments. We'll talk about it. The Devils up 4-3. They had a 3-0 lead. And Vancouver scored 3 in the final 10 minutes of the second period. So, definitely something you need to get out of with 2 points. Can't get out of this game with a point and be happy. I know it's a point race, but at the end of the day, this is a game you get 2 points and you get out. It's as simple as that. But Devils have some games coming up. Seattle, Winnipeg when they come back. Two teams. Seattle, I think, has fought their way back into a playoff spot, but they're definitely not cemented into a playoff spot. Winnipeg's not been very good this year. So, those are games, more games. They have more games coming up that, they need to get the 2 points. Nashville, Ottawa, 2 other teams who are not currently in a playoff spot. They right now, the Devils apparently, according to win percentage, have a bottom 6 or a top 6 easiest schedule remaining in the NHL. So they have to take advantage of these games when they come around, and they've got a couple of them coming up where they're ahead of these teams in the standings. They've played better and need to get some wins. As they're just trying to, at this point, trying to survive this one up 4-3 with 14 minutes or we're like 15 minutes left to go here in the third period. Shots 21-17. New Jersey still looking for their first shot of the period. Still over 14 minutes left to go in the period. First 5 minutes, no shots for New Jersey. Vancouver did put a shot on net. Markstrom made a really nice save as it's Devils able to get it out. Here's a fourth line on the ice tonight. Glass, Gritsuk, and Hemenyoa, who've looked really good. Hemenyoa's got 2 points tonight. Glass has a goal tonight. Or I believe Glass also has 2 points. But Glass has a goal. Hemenyoa has a goal. And, created another turnover there. Connor Brown, third line. So, Devils just putting the puck in the zone so far, not actually doing anything in terms of creating shots on net. They do not have a shot on net in this period. And they right now hold on to a 4-3 lead. Devils are up 3-0. 2 power play goals. 4-2. After Vancouver scored twice. And Vancouver has put it to a 1-goal game as they're looking to do a little bit more damage But Siegenthaler played it really well. What do you guys think of Siegenthaler so far this season? I think he's played pretty well. I know that people talk about him potentially being a trade target because he's one of the few players on New Jersey who doesn't have a no trade clause. So he might be a target. Teams will value it. It's definitely more so defensive. And teams will value that. So we'll see if, New Jersey, look, they got a clear cap. They got to make a move. Siegenthaler hasn't been rumored to be on the market, but he'll have interest. Devils want to make a move. Is that something you guys could potentially see going the other way to a team? And I'm not saying that I want to trade Siegenthaler. I think he's played well. I think he's a spot on this team. I think he's played well. But when I look at things that you can do if you're the Devils, you're strapped a lot with the no trade clauses. Look at the forwards. Dawson Mercer's, the only forward without a no trade clause, who's consistently in the lineup. I know, obviously, Hemingway is in the lineup right now. He doesn't have a no trade clause. But for forwards consistently in the lineup, Mercer is one of the few without a no trade clause. Technically, they could move on from Hughes, but I don't think they're going to do that. So, Devils up 4-3, still looking for their first shot of the period. Just about 7 minutes through the third period. And Vancouver's fought their way back into this game. Jacob Markstrom, look, I don't necessarily think he's played bad. I wouldn't put those goals on Jacob Markstrom. I don't think I put any of the three so far on Jacob Markstrom. Hasn't necessarily been tested, a ton tonight either. But the 3 goals, I would not look at it and go, I did Jacob Markstrom. If this game ends, the Devils lose, I don't think you're going, I was on Jacob Markstrom. At least not so far. Obviously, if goals 4 and 5 are bad, But as of right now, with how the game's gone, I don't think you're going out of this game and you're going, Jacob Markstrom let Vancouver get back into this game. So far, that's not the type of storyline I'd be going with. But Devils definitely want to find a way to get these 2 points. They're important. You look at where they are in the standings, teams around them, what happened tonight, Philadelphia over Colorado, Washington beat Calgary, Pittsburgh won last night. These are games where you got to get 2 points out of, as Vancouver is on the power play. Penalty kill. Look, it's not as good as it was obviously in the beginning of the year. It's been better as of late, and Jacob Markstrom makes a great save right there. That's right across the crease. DeBrusque prime scoring chance, and Markstrom shuts the door right there for New Jersey. He keeps that right out. That's right against the post. And that's a great save by Markstrom. Shuts it down. Offensive zone faceoff for Vancouver, and it looks like they're going to have to redo it. See, this is where you look to it. You have a power play that struggled, a penalty kill that, kind of fell off. These are the situations. These show you, what type of penalty kill you have going forward. You have a situation like this. 4-3 game, third period. You need a win. You have the lead. This is an important penalty kill. They're all important. So I don't want to go here and just go, it's an important penalty kill. But you look at 11 minutes to go, just under 12. You're up 4-3. You've made a good amount of mistakes tonight to let it get to this point. Don't make another mistake on the penalty kill. 1 minute to go on the penalty kill. Pedersen out there for Vancouver. Look, he struggled this year. Still an elite player. We have Bume working the power play now, obviously. in that Quinn Hughes trade. They want to get their new number 1 power play defenseman. Looks like they might have found him. The Devils get another clear. 36 seconds to go on this power play. Devils got a... I don't know. Can I say that on YouTube? The Devils going to get a penalty kill here. 10:53 left to go in the third period. Up 4-3. 14 to go on the power play. Vancouver, here's going to be one last chance, but they're setting it up in the offensive zone. I mean, don't give them the middle of the ice. That was a close. The Devils officially kill it, so it won't be a power play goal for Vancouver, but they keep it. I mean, those are the problems with the power plays. That it also, I mean, you have to get the puck out of the zone once it ends because you have some tired Devils out there right now. And Vancouver's still setting up. I mean, they still can't get it out. There's been a problem with this team getting the puck out of the offensive zone or out of the defensive zone. Jacob Markstrom, look, that's how they have to get it out. Jacob Markstrom needs a cover. So, I mean, good penalty kill for New Jersey. They needed it. They got it. Up 4-3. 12 minutes left to go in this game. They're still looking for their first shot on net of the third period. Still looking for their first shot on net. I mean, you're not playing to necessarily to not lose this game. Actually, 10 minutes left to go as Hughes. Yeah. Good play by Meier there. I mean, he didn't really have the angle. Not putting Hughes there. I mean, he hasn't scored his past 14 games. I think you definitely can point to the hand and go, well, it's clearly affecting him. So, hopefully, as he can take that off soon, he's healthier. As Hughes still looking for his first goal. This is in 15 games tonight. As shots are now even 21-21 apiece. It was 14-7 New Jersey. And now it's 22-21 Vancouver. So Vancouver has 15 of the past 22 shots on net. They have all 6 this period. And the Devils turning over again. I mean, these have been 2 different halves. And the Glass scores. There you go. See, someone's just in a situation like that. Just an offensive zone play. Was it somewhat of an odd man rush? Not your typical odd man rush. But you had a player behind the defense. And you just need that one chance. And Meier does a good job chipping it over to Glass. Glass takes it, puts it in. Devils need that. And when things are going good, things like that can happen. I mean, Glass, Hemingway, I think definitely are in the top stars of the night tonight for your top 3. I think that's a 3-point game, actually, for Glass. 13th goal this season. On pace for 20 this year. Cody Glass making it a lot easier for New Jersey to figure out, do they spend the money on 3rd, 4th line center? Well, you're starting to think maybe 4th line now. Beginning of the season, I would have said 3rd. And that wasn't anything against Cody Glass. Just from what Cody Glass has shown throughout his career, it feels like he's a good 4th line center. But so far, 13 goals looked really good tonight. And I'm glad that he's, proving me wrong so far. That he's playing as a 3rd line center. He's got 13 goals, 2 goals tonight. So good stuff tonight from Cody Glass. Good stuff from Lenny Hemingway. As the Devils have a 5-3 lead. They took away a Vancouver shot on net. So Vancouver's out shooting them 6-1, but the Devils have the important 1 goal. And that's what kind of happens. Teams that are, toward the bottom of the standings, not playing well, 11-game losing streak, chatter of players potentially being traded. Those are the type of things that happen. You got shoot a team 6-0 to start the period. Half the period's gone, and you get scored on. Yeah, Brock Besser's definitely had a tough year for Vancouver. I think a lot of players on Vancouver have had tough years. But yeah, Brock Besser. Look, Brock Besser's a player who I like a lot. I would have thought with Vancouver and how many times they went to the media or just got out there that Vancouver was looking to trade Brock Besser. I just saw it as disrespect, and I just thought, Vancouver, if you want to let that keep getting out there to the media with a player at the time, looking like a 30-goal scorer, 25-plus goal scorer, he was younger. When you see it, let it get out there that many times, just trade him. I didn't like that at the beginning of his career where this guy's, pushing 30 every single season, and you're letting his name get out there to the media all the time that you want to trade him. Why? So, that's my take on Brock Besser. But he hasn't had a good year this year, no. But I think Vancouver should have moved on a while ago, not because he's a bad player, but because how many things they let actually get out there to the media with thinking about trading him. When he was clearly, at the time, it was him, Pettersson, JT Miller came over. Were the guys you're looking for the goal scoring. The Devils up 5-3. Dadonov, I believe, still looking for his first point as a New Jersey Devil. That's not saying anything, against Dadonov. It's tough. He came to a new team and he's been injured a few times so far already this year. So, maybe he can get his first point tonight. I mean, we got a first career goal. I do wonder, is that Cody Glass' first 3-point game? But good for Glass. 2-goal game tonight for Glass. 1 goal, 1 assist for tonight for Hemingway. Timo Meier made a play on that Cody Glass goal. It made it 5-3. So some good. We do have some good. I wouldn't call this a perfect game from New Jersey. You were up 3-0. Power play, an okay. And Hemingway, a chance again. Can he make it 2? And that's a good stop there by Lankinen. Liked what he was thinking there. Shooting mentality. Look, he looks like he's fit this team. He fits it a lot better than Luke Glendening did. He adds definitely more offense to this bottom 6 right now. Scored tonight. You get a player who's definitely thinking offense, and I think you need that in your bottom 6. So, fourth line looks good. I'd like to see Gritsuk back in the top 6. But doesn't mean that Hemingway and Cody Glass can't play together. Technically Cody Glass is the fourth line center for tonight, but do I really see Cotter playing as a third line center for the rest of the year? No. So I think Devils will have to address that. They could go cheap though, and just kind of look for just somebody put there on the fourth line where you don't spend a ton of money. I think the Devils could look to do that. Yeah, no, that was a nice stop by Lankinen. He read that. He didn't fall. He didn't think he was going to deke. And he made a nice stop there on Hemingway. As Hemingway thought maybe he could catch him a little bit off guard. A lot of players do go for, the dekes. And Hemingway, some confidence there. And, Lankinen, wasn't full whatsoever. Put that right to the corner as he should have. And keeps Vancouver in the game. It's 5-3 under 5 minutes to go. That was a save they had to get. And they got it, so. Devils looking to put it away. 4:28 left to go in this period. I would think probably around the 2.5 minute mark. Vancouver puts Lankinen in the bench unless the score changes. But, New Jersey enjoying a 5-3 lead tonight with things, I wouldn't say went perfect, but look, Devils had some tough luck this season. If you win a game that didn't go perfect, you didn't get outplayed, but didn't go perfect. Things you probably could have done better. We'll take it. Take points. Devils have definitely had some games this year where they deserve points. I didn't get them. They only have 2 overtime losses. I think they should have more. Take points here. As 4:28 left to go here in the third period. And Hischier going to the dot. Goal and assist tonight for Nico. Nico's somebody who needs points as of recent, and he's been getting them, so good for Nico. I mean, we have players tonight we needed to get some points to. Meier had a nice assist. Nico's got a goal and an assist. Jack's got an assist. Connor Brown scored his first goal in 15. So I mean, there were some good things. You're sweating Devils 1.5. Look, I don't want to jinx you, so I'm not going to comment on it. But yeah, the goalie's pulled. The goalie is pulled. So goalie's pulled 341. I was way off with 2.5. 3:41 to go. New Jersey up 5-3. Shots 24-22. Vancouver has pulled the goalie. And he was waiting for that one. Off the back of Markstrom. Markstrom I think has been good tonight. I know that's another good save. I know he's lit up 3. I wouldn't put a single one on him. I don't know what the expected goals against are going to be after the game. I would think he'll have a positive. Because that's another great toe save. I think Markstrom's been great tonight, actually. Even the save percentage might not be there. I wouldn't put any of the 3 goals on him. He's had 2 really nice saves in the third period. And he had a very nice save to end the second period. And Pettersson has the best save of the night, though. I mean, those are the type of things that are happening. Bratt has an empty net, and Pettersson drops into a butterfly. So, Bratt, no player on this team's been more snake bitten this year than Jesper Bratt. I mean, you look at the underlying numbers, he should be scoring more. His teammates aren't giving him the same type of offense that he's giving them. But I mean, here's another chance for the empty net. And he makes a really nice move, and it goes out the other way. I did. And little 23 now, so. And I'm also still rehabbing shoulder surgery. So hopefully back on the ice a little bit. Yeah, no, Bratt, like I said, snake bitten a lot this year. And 2 missed empty net chances. You guys see that other night? Garnet Hathaway. A couple nights ago, Garnet Hathaway had the open net. And he didn't score. He got it stripped. I forget who stripped him of the puck. It was a nice play. And Vancouver makes it 5-4. Hopefully we get another empty netter, or a empty netter in general, as Vancouver. I mean, look, those are the type of things. Bratt had 2 chances and didn't put it. Bratt's not had a good game tonight. I mean, horrible turnover in the offensive zone. 2 empty net chances, doesn't put either one of them in. Bratt's had a tough game. Yeah, it's eventually, I mean, if you keep taking all these chances as New Jersey and you don't convert on them, other team's going to put it in. And Vancouver does that. Brock Besser, 5-4 Devils. 1:12 left to go in this game. Devils up 1. I would still take Jack Hughes over Zach Parise. But Parise was on a Stanley Cup team, or a team that got to the Stanley Cup. Yeah, I know these empty net misses are getting a little ridiculous. 42 to go. Vancouver puts it into the offensive zone. Markstrom tries for the clear. He gets it. Okay, that's big. 30 to go. Devils up 1. They get another clear. Is it going to go for a night? Nope. I think Mercer's going to get there. He does. $15 to go. Vancouver. One last chance here. Pesce's got it. Oh, they're going to go for a scramble. So Garland, I think, just put it high, and that's it. That'll do it. Okay, that was not pretty whatsoever. New Jersey gets the win, 5-4. Take 2 points. Look around the division. Philadelphia 1. Washington 1. Islanders playing Buffalo tomorrow. One of them is going to get 2 points. So you look around the wild card, the division. Devils needed 2 points tonight. They got it. It was not a very good game. It was definitely their worst game of the road trip so far. But you get a 5-4 win against Vancouver. Lenny Hamoniello gets on the board. Cody Glass has 2 goals. Connor Brown ends a 15-game goalless drought. So there were some good things that did happen tonight. But, yeah, I mean, 5-4, game you're up 3-0. Didn't look good from the 10 minutes of the second period on. I mean, your one goal in the third period was your first shot on net. It was over 10 minutes into the third period. It went in. Yeah, not letting up an empty net goal. I mean, New Jersey, Bratt had 2 good chances to. I mean, look, I'll be easier on Bratt because Bratt obviously is one of the better players for the Devils and usually does show up. But, I mean, that was definitely looking at games so far. That was probably one of his maybe not better games of the season tonight. But Devils get the 2 points. And it's not just Bratt. I mean, there are some other players. Kovacevic had, a rough play there. But the Devils get the 2 points. They don't let up a game-tying goal. Let up 1, but not a game-tying goal. So, yeah, it's Devils get 2 points. They're going to go in and they're going to play Seattle 3:00 on Sunday. I know that I think a lot of you are expecting snow. So something to do. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jet fan. Thanks for being here. Awesome that you tuned in, sticking around. But Devils and Seattle Kraken on Sunday in Seattle. And then they got the Jets. I mean, we'll take a quick look. Winnipeg Jets on Tuesday. I mean, the Ottawa as well next week. These are games you're playing teams that are either, in a playoff spot, but definitely not securely in. Or teams that are just not in a playoff spot. So, I mean, these are more games that you need to get wins, and you need to have a better effort than tonight. I mean, tonight, I wouldn't necessarily call it a good game. They won, but the way that they played, turnovers, letting them tie or letting them get within 1 late. You had a 3-0 lead. You're outscored 4-2 the rest of the way. Couldn't get an empty net goal. I mean, there are some problems there, but New Jersey does get the win. Thank you. All the best to the Devils. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, we need points, and I'm assuming you're a Vancouver fan. So, but I mean, Devils get the 2 points tonight, and look, games coming up. You're playing teams that are, not in a playoff spot or are not safely in a playoff spot. You've won 5 of your past 6. Keep the momentum going. You're almost at the Olympic break. I mean, you're not too far away from looking at the Olympic break. And, that's kind of the reset, but I'd way rather be going into it feeling good, going strong. I wouldn't want to go into it and be, on a 3-game losing streak. This is a good time for us to, reset. No, you want to go in there going strong. go strong into the Olympic break. I mean, you have some divisional games coming up as well right before the Olympic break. Columbus and the Islanders. That's right before. And we know that Columbus, the rest of this season is going to be definitely chippy. And Columbus, look, they're trying to get back in the playoff spot too. I mean, they just made a coaching change. They don't think things are over. So Columbus doesn't think things are over. Then you have the Islanders on Thursday. You're within 3 points of the Islanders now tonight after that win. So probably slightly pulling for Buffalo tomorrow against the Islanders. And you stay within 3 points of New York. So big games coming up. You have divisional games, teams not in playoff spots, games you definitely have to find a way. And yeah, New Jersey's game tonight definitely wasn't the prettiest, but you find a way to win. And sometimes you just need that one chance in New Jersey. First shot of the game after the 10-minute mark. And they make it good of it. So New Jersey finds a way to win tonight. But you look at the games coming up for the Devils. They have Seattle on Sunday, Tuesday, Winnipeg, Ottawa next week. I mean, these games are teams below you in terms of standings, not in playoff spots or, not safely in a playoff spot. So you look at those games, and then you go in right before the Olympic break, you got 2 divisional games. Columbus, they fired their coach. They don't think their season's done. New York Islanders, you're within 3. So all games are important. You want to go to the Olympic break feeling good. Olympics, Jack Hughes going over there, Jesper, Bratt, Jacob Markstrom, Jonas, Siegenthaler, Nico, Hischier, Timo, Meier. There's a lot more players I can say this time around because it's not 4 nations. There's more teams in it. So best of luck to them. Devils get a 5-4 win tonight. We're going to be heading off the stream soon. So if you have any more comments you want to throw in before we get off, go ahead, go do so. Talk a little bit longer. But yeah, tonight, 3 goals. You had some things go good with obviously, Lenny Hemenyoa getting his first career goal. Nico Hischier, 15 game, not Nico Hischier, Connor Brown, 15 games without a goal, gets one. Cody Glass, 2 goals tonight. You built a 3-0 lead. You've won 5 of your past 6. You stay in pace with teams like Philadelphia. You stay ahead of Washington. You're 3 points out of a top 3 spot in the Metropolitan Division. You make Pittsburgh, you go from 7 to 5. So, those are all good things for the Devils. Was it a pretty game tonight, though? Was it, would I necessarily say it was good? Good that they got the win. There were definitely things that could have been done better, especially, that power play goal was not a fan of. Kovacevic's coverage on that first goal wasn't great. Letting them score, make it 5-4 when you had empty net chances wasn't very good. But the Devils had built up a 3-0 lead tonight. They did make good of their one chance to start the third period that took over 10 minutes, which if you want to look at it a good way or a bad way, look, bad way is in took over 10 minutes. Good way is in, good teams. Sometimes that's all they need. And those are the things that happen. We've seen that happen against New Jersey this year. Sometimes it's only just 1-2 chances. And that could be the difference of a game. You could dominate 10 minutes. But then all of a sudden, it's one odd man rush, and all of a sudden the game's completely changed. Because goals change the game more than anything. That's more than, abundance of shots, injuries, and anything. When you change the game that way, and obviously I know I'm saying, yeah, the goals thing that goes on the board. But if you can make your conversion percentages better, which New Jersey, start their period obviously worked out. Sometimes that's all the amount of chances you need. And I say that because we see guys like, Jesper Bratt, Timo Meier, who maybe aren't getting the same type of points that they've gotten in the past. And sometimes they're not going to get those same type of chances. And you look around and Jesper Bratt, underlying numbers, very good. Teammates' underlying numbers, not always so great. In terms of finishing percentages, they're not great. the Devils don't finish a ton. So I think Jordan Kyrou would be a huge get for New Jersey as a finisher. Somebody who can finish, put the puck in the net. Devils need one of those players, but Devils get a 5-4 win tonight against the Vancouver Canucks. 5-4 against Vancouver. They get a little bit closer. They stay ahead of the Washington Capitals. They stay right there with the Philadelphia Flyers. 1 point behind Philadelphia still. 56 points in 51 games right now for New Jersey. Good enough for 5th in the division. And still just 1 point behind Philadelphia. 3 points behind the Islanders. And 5 behind Pittsburgh. So, Devils 5-4 winners tonight in Vancouver. I appreciate all of you who joined tonight, joined in the comment section. Had a good time doing this. We'll definitely be doing it again. I appreciate you guys for sticking in and, 12:40 late game. So, not going to be a late game on Sunday. Gonna snow. If you enjoy snow, enjoy the snow. If not, it's going to snow either way. So, if you enjoy the snow, enjoy the snow. Thanks for tuning in.